We're excited to announce the launch of our brand new drum kit, High Octane Drums Premium, put together by incredible producer and drummer Kreatev. In this video, I'm going to take you through everything you'll find in the kit, and then after that, we'll jump straight into Logic and I'll show you exactly how amazing the drum samples in this are. So what can you expect to find in this pack? We've got 12 drum loops, 10 hat loops, 13 percussion loops, and then a whole host of one-shots from kicks to snares to hats, and some of that trademark Kreatev percussion just to top things off. So first things first, let's jump into Logic and check out some of these sounds. First up, we've got the full drum loops. And everything's been recorded through some analog EQs and compressors, so you've got that really nice warm and crunchy sound to all of the drums. And if we go and take a look at some of the hi-hat loops. They've all got a really nice swing to them. And the perk loops. Some nice shakers as well. And some tambourines. And if you've ever listened to Kreatev's music, you'll know that his percussion sound is always on point. So yeah, these all sound incredible. And then after that, we've got some of the one-shots, the kicks, super punchy. We've then got the snares, some nice rims, some snares and some rolls as well. Then we've got some hi-hats, closed hats, really nice, and some open hats as well. And then finally, the percussion one-shots. All sound really nice. Shakers, tambourines, toms. But yeah, there's a really nice collection of sounds, and now I just want to get into them and make a beat quickly. So I want to start off with this sample that I made a couple of days ago. It sounds like this. And then what I want to do with that is just open up Serato's sample and chop it up in there, flip it a little bit. Before we do that, I'm actually going to create a little bit of a drum loop. So let's find some hats that I like, just a hat loop to start with. Kind of like that. Let's drag that into the arrange window. And then that's at 84, so we need to slow that down a little bit to fit the tempo of 80. I'm just going to loop that around for a couple of bars. Kind of like that open hat at the end there. So if we take this and just drag it over here. And maybe bring the volume down a little bit on that one. Second time round, just want that to just play through. And let's find some kicks and snares from the pack. I like this one. I'm just going to boost at around 100 here. And I also want to add a transient shaper to that, just to get rid of a bit of the sustain a bit. So just a little bit more punchy, just the first part of it. And let's find a snare that goes with that. I mean, this is a super simple loop. Maybe we'll add some percussion now. So that's our basic drum loop. If we come back into the drum kit, maybe there's some percussion loops that I can kind of chop up a bit. I like this shaker. Maybe I'll add that in underneath, just quite quietly. I mean, you don't really need to do anything to that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to group the hat and the shaker and bust them, and then I'm going to add a sidechain. You guys probably know this Nicky Romero plugin. If I sidechain that to the kick, it's going to add a little bit of a bounce. Maybe not 100%, but... And then I'm going to take that bus and I'm going to bus all the drums together, and I am going to use plugins that knock. This is the cheat code for the drums. Give it a little bit of soft clip. Again, let's see if there's any other like percussion, maybe one shots this time that we can add into that. Kind of like this, as a little offbeat thing. It's just a case of finding where it sounds good to you. Change up the gain a little bit so it's changing a bit. And one other thing actually I was thinking about might sound cool at the end of a bar is these snare rolls. That one's nice. So at the end of every 4 bars, we'll just have that one. And now if we head back into Serato, and what I'm going to do, because I'm lazy, I'm just going to use the Find Samples button. It's going to chop it, find some cool loops for me. And let's find a key that I like. It's just a case of messing around, finding something that sounds nice to you. Maybe we'll come up with a couple of different chops just to get a couple of ideas, but that one's nice. So I'll record that. If we just quantize that, make sure they're all playing until the end. That's nice. That sounds cool. Let's give that a little play through, see how it sounds. And that's nice. I'll add a little bit of the RC20. There's a plugin called Flux, or a preset called Flux Chorus that I like, which adds a little bit of, yeah, chorus and wobble. Just a little better. And there's kind of some bass notes in that sample already, so I'm going to kind of use that to inform what I play on the bass. So we'll do a quick little bass line. And for the bass, I'm going to go for Contact. Sometimes I'll play it live on my bass guitar, which is behind me there, but I'm being lazy today. I'm just going to go for, everyone knows the Scarpy Rickenbacker bass. Also, retrograde bass is a really good one, which I've been using recently, but let's go for this because off the bat, it's a nice sound. Right, maybe we'll tighten that up a little bit of quantization. And then I'm going to bounce that to audio because there is a chain I use a lot. It's really off, so I'm just going to edit the audio. To boost the load of it. So that's like a really simple idea. You got your bass, drums, and a sample in there. Obviously, if I was doing this properly, I'd add some guitars and some other sounds in there, make it much more interesting. But this is kind of just to showcase how easy it is to make like a really nice sounding loop with this drum kit. one thing I always like to do before I finish a track is, in Logic you've got this thing called vary speed. So I like to test this out at different tempos, at different keys and stuff. So you can slow it down if you want. You can speed it up. But yeah, just play around and see if there's something, if it sounds better in a different key or if it sounds better when it's sped up or slowed down. But yeah, that's the pack.